what other groups are? Ah,
Well, we got
isn't that too
Lux
much?
and then Robot Boy.
Do you want to go say hi to, oh no, where was his name? Do you want to go say hi to Kane?
Do you?
Sure.
Cool. As Lux, you see Clara and Z walk over to the group. You more so hear
Um.
them.
Okay. Question: does Lux feel drawn towards anybody in this group other than Kane?
The girl that's like standing behind him, like kind of like holding on to him in a way, has an energy that feels almost exactly like yours. Actually, no, it feels exactly like yours. Just way more potent and concentrated.
Uh, if that's the case, before Z and Claire get close to hear the conversation, Kane is. I mean, but Lux is gonna look at Kane and go. So who's the tiny one behind you, huh?
Her name is Mary. Your avatar, master, essentially. What?
Hearing Lux's eyes just goes wide as it's just like what that.
What? Little Jit
Oh
over
my
here is the.
god.
As soon as he says Lil Jit, he gets struck with fucking red lightning. As he says, Osiris over here is the master of chaos. So, you know, I wouldn't be too surprised here.
Really, I get completely disconnected. Oh my god.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, we have a lot of power in one room. I'll tell you that much. As Z and Clara get over there. What just?
Lux
Go ahead.
Lux is just gonna like turn her head and go, "Hey Z, hey Clara."
Hey,
Hey,
Lex.
what's going on? What's happening over here? What's
I
happening over here? What's
well,
happening?
I think I just found out who we saw that one day that Fritz was fighting.
Oh, Cyrus, yeah. Yeah.
Well, we found the culprit to that.
Yeah, nice.
Bob, you see the rest of your group is sitting over there talking to this group now.
Major Bites said, "Continue flirting with the robot."
The robot that is not responding at all. It is dead silent. Okay. As the rest of the party carries on, for the next 10 minutes, as you guys all see Queen Remy start walking up the stairs, and the robot disappears. And Z says, "Oh shit, guys, I have to go."
All right.
Later.
Z flies and stands next to Queen Remy as they are walking up the stairs now. So what is it you guys would like to do during this time, if anything? Lux, is there anything that you'd like to do?
Major Bites said, I'd like to go to the group.
Okay, for sure. Bob walks back over to the rest of the group. Fritz walks over as well.
I think the conversation went well.
You got no play, bro. No offense. I'm gonna have to teach you a thing or two. Fritz says extremely sarcastically. So what's going on over here, everybody?
I'm just taking it all in.
It is nice, huh?
Yeah,
This is the first ever one I've been to.
same here.
Also.
What'd you say, Lux?
I said also, like, same here.
You guys haven't been to a party before? Well, I mean, one like this.
No.
No.
Damn, y'all should have met Z sooner. He'll probably take you to some. This is, like I said, my first time.
Major Bites said, I've never been to a party in general.
Yeah. Man, I hope you guys end up liking it here. Well, enjoying the party, I mean.
It's really nice.
Clara, I heard that Z had something special planned for you.
Really?
Oh yeah, and
I
Lux,
didn't-
I have something planned for you as well. Why do you think I was stalking you guys yesterday? We always gotta stay ahead of y'all. I promise you'll like it.
When are you and Z not ahead of us in some way, shape, or form?
I don't know. I mean, based on my XP, you're ahead of me, Lux. So, you know.
The way I see it for now I'm ahead of you.
Well, I'm not really interested in growing myself. Just links. Yeah. Yeah, Z is kind of like a all game, no play right now kind of mood. So, are you guys feeling alright? Y'all need anything?
Major Bites said, Hey Fritz, do you think you can show me some of that game?
Some of that game? No, dude. What? I am not a romantic person. I was joking. Oh, did Z
Yeah.
forget to put in the sarcasm module? Dude, I swear.
Yeah, I think he did.
I believe he did.
He's such a fucking clown, dude, I swear. And it's always something to keep himself entertained.
Mm-hmm.
Always something.
That it is.
Do you think I had any experience with romance?
No. Not really.
I was manufactured in a factory.
I know.
Think.
What'd you say?
Okay, in my opinion, I think you should probably ask someone else when it comes to the Riz and romance.
You ever say Riz again? I swear.
Not me. Nope.
Don't look at me.
Sure as shit, don't look at me. No, ask Z. He's really good at it, apparently. As Fritz looks at you, Clara, clearly teasing.
Major Bites said, Hey Z.
Yeah. Wait, no, Z's not around, my bad.
And Claire's going to be blushing when Fritz does that.
Lux is also
I
gonna
yell
look at
across the
Clara
room
and
at
like,
him.
As you yell, as your volume doesn't really change, but the sound of you yelling, you're like, "Hey Z!" But your volume doesn't get any louder as Z does hear you and looks down. He's standing in the center area, kind of like with his hand on the rails, as Queen Remy is standing right next to him. He looks over at you and then flies down and says, "What do you want, robot? Bob?" Oh, whoops, wrong person. What's up?
I was told you were good with romance.
Fritz, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Oh boy.
What about it? Just out of curiosity, what about it?
I'm not going to be in blast radius. Nope.
yep.
I'm not gonna set anybody on fire. Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yet. I said yet.
Earlier.
I want to go on a date with the Monix robot.
That's not gonna happen. They're designed for protection, and that's about it. Although that is a funny goal. Oh no, I instilled emotions into you and now you're doing all this.
Yep. Should have thought about that one.
Is that all? Do any of you guys need anything else?
Not that
No,
I can
I'm
think
good.
of, but hi.
Alright. Z's face drops to very serious and then flies back over. It's kind of like a snap realization that that was his face the whole time. That he was up there.
Alright. Is it just me or is he kind of more serious than normal?
That's because I think he is serious than normal.
I wonder about what?
the entire ambience of the area changes as Queen Jane kind of walks to the center of this standing area, and these gigantic void black wings that are kind of dripping this darkness come out of her back, and the entire area, sorry, 1/3 of the area is surrounded in complete pitch black darkness. As she is now flying above on this side of Z and Queen Remy. As I said, the entire ambience of the area changed.
What's happening?
Fritz kind of narrows his eyes and says, I have no idea. King Frederick kind of flies over to the shadowed area where Queen Jane is and kind of sits below her. He's on both knees and his eyes are looking down. He's facing towards you guys and his eyes are shut. And his wings are kind of like arced around.
Oh boy. I hope everything's okay up there.
This large
Major Bites said, "Are you in pain, good sir?"
He's not in speaking distance. At the moment. This large ray of light comes into the center of the area as this large man with 4 sets of giant white wings ascends down from the ceiling. And is kind of sitting or flying in the center area here behind Queen Remy and Z. You may talk as much as you like, by the way. You don't have to worry about interrupting me. His wings arc around himself again as well.
Yeah.
And it's kind of making this large array of light in the area.
Do you guys know what's going on?
I have no idea.
Major Bites said, "I shut down."
Bob shuts down, like powers down.
Like,
Yes.
right where he...
Alright.
Should we put him to the side so he doesn't become like a tripping hazard?
Yeah, probably.
I feel like, yeah, I feel like that would be a good idea.
Fritz kind of like sets him over to the side. As on this side of the area, it turns red and kind of like fiery as an infernal tornado rises up from the ground. You guys see Queen Jane and Queen Lucretia. Those are the only 2 that you recognize.
Oh boy. Is this becoming a family thing now?
I think it is.
Oh boy.
Z looks extreme. Like he doesn't even look at any of those three people that are there. He's just looking very straightforward, and seemingly looking at you guys. As Queen Remy stands at the top, and her voice echoes throughout the entire hall and says, "For those of you who do not wish to hear the hearing and want to stay entertained, please go into the theater hall, down this hallway," as she just points down. The one that Z told you guys not to go through. This hearing is not for the faint of heart. For those of you who have an emotional connection to Z, please go in here. You don't have to. It's just a suggestion.
Lux is just gonna look at Clara and go, "Do you want to go in there or do you want to stay here?"
I would like to stay. It could be important.
Many people go in through the area. Sorry, I'm gonna have to scooch on up. But a couple of people do stay. This lady especially stays. The one with like this red armor on. As Osiris looks at you guys and says, please step off the center area.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, why can I click?
Hmm?
Oh, thank you.
Yep. As Osiris sits in the center of this area, and this large orb of energy comes out from under him, turning this entire carpeted area into this black and red flowing energy. It feels exactly like Fritz's, but way more potent. As he begins floating, and to the level that all these other people are at. What's everybody thinking right now?
Claire's wondering what's going on.
Same thing with Lux, but like there's a part of her that's wondering what the hell is going on, but then the other part of her is just like very excited about like what's about to happen.
Major Bites said, I'm still deactivated so I don't get involved.
Alright. Would you guys like to, like, reform your group or anything like that?
We're all kind of together already.
Yeah.
So I think we're all set for that.
Standing
Unless Lux
around
wants
the
to change.
I'm good. I think Lux is just gonna stick very close to Clara.
Claire's kind of sticking very close to Lux too.
Queen Remy states to everybody, is there anybody that would like to represent Z? You hear the very deep sternness in her voice that she's only had addressing Hedwig. That you guys have heard.
Lux is just gonna like dart her eyes immediately to Fritz and then dart her eyes immediately to Clara.
What did you mean by that?
I don't know.
Maybe no. Do something. Uh,
I repeat again, is there anybody here that would like to represent Z?
did I? Lux?
I mean, I don't really know what we're.
I don't.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. This
Me neither, and I don't know if we should get involved. I don't know. Claire kind of looks to Fritz.
Yeah, same with Lux.
Fritz looks
What
at you
should we
guys
do?
and says it has to be one of you. I don't know how to explain what this is, but he needs somebody that knows him better than most right now. And trust me, it's not going to be as bad as it feels, as intense as this is, because there is a lot of power going through this room right now. That's what this oppressive feeling is. It's just a lot of combative energies right now, but everything is going to be okay. But I'm telling you, don't let Z represent himself. One of you guys has to go up there.
Lux is just gonna look at Clara and goes, "I think this is your time to shine."
Oh boy.
Remember, listen. I normally pick fights with Z. I don't think it's best for me to represent him,
This is true.
even though I'm, even though I'm trying to stop doing that. Which I think I'm getting good at, with not picking
Now
fights
is
with
not
him.
the time to discuss
Hopefully.
this.
Do I just walk up there, or do I just raise my hand?
Raise your hand, I think.
Okay. Claire's gonna like put her hand up a bit.
Everybody's eyes darts towards you, Clara. The sternness on these three people's faces is like so noticeable and such an oppressive feeling.
Oh boy.
Queen Remy looks at you, Clara, very directly in the eyes and says, I request you to forfeit your powers and step up here. Temporarily.
Okay.
As she makes a sound, did you guys hear the bang? Just to make sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Her hand slams against the rail, and you feel so much energy gets sucked out of you. And it's now kind of like orbiting in the sky above you. As you start walking over.
Yep.
As you walk over, you kind of transition from this dark part of the room to the light part of the room, and it gives you this really weird feeling. As these two move out of the way, and you start stepping up the stairs, the walk up feels like an eternity. It's almost as if your feet are so heavy. It's like everything in your body feels like it's telling you to turn back right now.
Clara's still gonna go up, even though she feels like the need to run. She's gonna keep going.
As you begin walking over, Queen Remy points down at the area after giving you a really genuine and warm, gentle smile and says, please stand here.
Okay.
As Queen Remy looks at you, and so does Z, as Z begins walking back towards this area. Queen Remy says, please don't turn around. No matter what you hear. Okay?
Okay. It's Z. When Clara speaks, it kind of is like a low whisper, so it's kind of between her and Queen Remy. Is he in trouble, or?
Can you do me a favor, Clara?
Mm-hmm.
I would like you to announce 3 things that make Z your friend, and then 3 things that you strongly dislike. It doesn't matter how big or small they are, you have to list them. As you hear 3 blasts of energy come out from behind you, and Z is yelling like in pain. But don't turn around.
Okay.
Queen Remy puts her hand on your shoulder. It's very comforting, but this feeling of like, I have to turn around and worry that he's getting hurt right now is like flooding through.
Oh boy, oh boy. It, what I like, his humor, his oh dear, personality. Uh, oh no, his kindness. Th- Those are the 3 things I like.
Again, you hear Z let out a really loud shout. Um,
Claire,
like
Claire's gonna jump.
like a really bad scream in pain, and then Queen Remy says, "And now for the negatives."
Oh dear, I his. Oh dear, I don't think I can. Oh no, I don't think I can come up with anything for dislikes.
Queen
Sometimes he
Remy
can.
kind of
I,
stares. Queen Remy kind of stares, and that energy surge and the yelling is just continuing on. It's very unrelenting. You can see Queen Remy is like keeping a stoic face, but deep inside she is cringing so bad right now.
not, not. I wish for him to open up more. He tends to not really say how he feels. Um, oh dear, I gotta come up with 2 more. Um, oh dear. Escalar's trying to think. She is looking very nervous.
The pressure is starting to catch on just a little bit. You can feel your Celestial is starting to panic really bad, but you somehow have a little bit of control over it right now. All you need is just 2 more things that have upset you.
Childish. There are times where he could be a little too childish and rash.
Rash?
Rash.
Alright. The noises stop. Queen Remy says you may turn around now.
Laura slowly turns around.
Z is standing there just kind of just very still. Very still standing. You can now return to the floor if you like.
Is is he okay?
Please go back to the floor.
Oh, okay. And as Clara says it, she goes back to the floor.
Clara returns to the area where you guys were. Lux, you didn't see anything. You didn't hear Z screaming or anything like that. You didn't feel anything. There was no surges of energy, except for from Queen Remy when her eyes started glowing pink.
Clara's gonna kind of hold on to Lux a bit.
Major Bites said, I reactivate.
All right.
Um,
What do you mean?
as
Hold on to Lux,
Clara
Mo?
clings on to Lux, um, Lux is just gonna give her like head pats and like try to comfort Clara as much as she can.
The entire area is still, and these two up here are talking to each other. King, and these two over here seem to be looking at each other. Osiris is sitting very still, paying very close attention. As Remy and Z talk for a moment, as Z starts walking back down the steps and walking over towards you guys. Is Clara still clinged on to Lux?
Yeah.
Z walks over and says, "What's wrong? What are you guys doing?"
What was that about?
Which part?
I could hear you yelling.
Like I said, I made my decision, Clara.
Are you hurt?
Can you repeat that?
Are you hurt?
No. Not physically. Blame me if you like.
No. I'm not gonna do that. You scared me.
Major Bites said, Z, are you alright?
I'm fine, Bob.
Clara's gonna let go of Lux before quickly walking over to Z and just giving him a hug.
I cannot have
Please.
my master be hurt. Pardon my language.
Okay, hold on. Before I address that, because that shit was funny. What did you say, Clara?
Sorry. Clara's gonna let go of Lux and quickly walks over to Z and just hugs him tightly. And she says quietly to him, "Do not scare me like that ever again."
I didn't do anything. Not willingly. He feels really far away. He feels extremely far. Like touching him, he feels cold, distant.
Are you okay? And after Clara asks that, she kind of takes like a couple steps back.
It will be. Z says. As these four kind of like converge in the center and are all talking to Queen Remy. That's why she said if you have an emotional attachment, you should go inside.
No,
It's a little late now.
obviously.
Thank you for asking, but I'm fine. When you asked, I don't think I responded.
Okay.
Those three are talking for a while. 4, 5 are talking for a while now.
I wonder what they're talking about.
You guys can all see Z's hand is shaking right now.
But Clara tried to hold Z's hand.
Yes. When you grab his hand, it is, like I said before, cold. It's almost like he's not there. Somewhere else.
Why are you cold? And as Clara asks that, she kind of brings her other hand to Z's hand and just tries to warm it up.
I'm sorry. I do wish I could tell you what's going on. Does Lux have anything to say?
Um, Lux is just gonna like dart her eyes towards um where Queen Remy is, and then dart her eyes back at Z, and like she's gonna do that like 3 times, and then she's gonna like walk closer to Z.
Alright. Fritz gets out of your way. What would you like to do as you're close to Z?
Whatever happened up there, we're here for you.
You see Z look really fucking surprised when you say that. It seems like he was preparing a response, but something you said was completely off of what he was ready for. I appreciate it. King Frederick walks over to the beginning area, and Queen Remy is standing behind this whole group. Is there anything you guys would like to say before this continues?
Give me one sec.
Everything okay?
Yeah. I just have to type something in.
Oh, okay.
Major Bites said, yeah, what in the universe just occurred?
Lux is gonna motion to Z to look at her.
What?
And she's and in sign language she states that she but in sign language she states that even though she picks fight with him, she's trying to stop that. And in our reality she does see him as a brother.
Laura's gonna say I love you in Elven again to Z.
Z stays silent, and then goes back to looking at the center area. You can see on his face he so desperately wants to say something, but there's something stopping him. Like, you guys have never seen Z like this before. Or Fritz. Either. And it feels like this is about you guys as well. It has something to do with y'all.
Major Bites said, Z, what's wrong?
Like I said, I wish I could explain.
What's holding you back?
He points up to the stand. You can see he's pointing at Queen Remy.
Also out of character, but I can barely hear you, lol.
Are you able to turn up our voices? I'll explain when all this is said and done. I promise.
It's at max and you're the only one I can barely hear.
Leave and rejoin.
Okay.
As
Please do so.
Sorry?
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, please do so we can understand.
I think you'll understand in a second.
Okay.
The clock strikes 4:58, and finally the talking is done. As, King Frederick says to the entirety of the area, after much consideration, we accept Zika Forniel. As they fly back over towards their area. Z just says, they just for real busted out my full name.
They did. And it sounds quite nice.
Major Bites said, I shall only call you Z. Z.
I appreciate that. This king walks over and announces, after not very much consideration, I also accept Zika Forniel. And then he flies over into the center. And then Queen Lucretia walks to the center. She looks to the entire group, and she is like, she has a super straight face, and says, I do not accept Zika Forniel, nor do I acknowledge him. As she goes back over to her area. Osiris's energy goes away and flies into the center area where everybody else stands and just says to everyone in the most nonchalant voice ever, fucking of course, what? We don't even need to do all this, man. And then flies back to the center. Z lets out a really like deep, heavy sigh and just kind of like leans back a little bit. You can see Clara, he's back now. Z is back. The guy, him, the person is back. Not this robot husk of a human.
Clara's just gonna look at him. You good now?
Yeah, I'm great. Queen Remy steps to the center and looks around at the rest of the area and looks at you guys. It seems like she's trying to pick up what your faces are saying.
Lars is definitely concerned and worried about Z.
On Lux's face, it's just the it's more of worried and recognition.
Recognition. What is Lux recognizing?
Lux recognized that since he's been in this like weird trance that maybe maybe there's like a reason why he's so nonchalant about things.
What does that mean? I think we'll address that in a second, in a minute after this. Queen Remy walks to the center and says, after having been denied for so long, she kind of looks down where her hand is, and then looks at something in her hand. After this party, and after he returns to the capital, I accept Zika Forniel. Z is like, he has a tear dropping down his eyes, man. As everything is so dead, silent. You hear Osiris in the center just go, woohoo! And then just walks back over to his group.
Is it possible for Claire to just reach up a little bit to wipe the tear?
Mm-hmm. As you wipe Z's tear, his whole face is really warm. Um, yeah, he's extremely warm. He's back.
Welcome back.
Oh, that was
Majorbytes
painful.
said, I'd like to pat Z on the back.
What is Lux doing?
Um, Lux, well, as Clara is wiping the tear away, and before Bob decides to pat him on the back, Lux is just gonna put her hand on his head and and then just ruffle it just a little bit.
You feel this lightning fast hand, big ass burly hand wrap around your arm and says, "Don't you touch my hair. Don't touch me, actually."
Yep. Okay. Normal Z is back. Good.
Yeah. Touch my fucking hair. What the fuck do you think you are?
We were worried about you.
I know. Now that all this is over, finally, I've talked to Queen Remy, my mom. I've talked to my mom a lot about it. And I've decided that the next time I return to the capital, it will not be as a civilian. And I asked for a special request for you guys. That until the party deems it necessary, I can remain outside of the capital. Queen Remy, my mom, overlooks the rest of the capital, but I will remain at the town with us until we decide to move, if we ever decide to go to the capital.
Now I think I understand what you meant by choice.
I understand the opinions you guys may have about this, but there's a lot going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for scaring you.
Remember what I said about me supporting you no matter what choice you make. That still stands firm.
Queen Remy put you in a trance. It's called Harbinger's Day. It's a move of hers. She uses it in interrogations, but it was used on you to squeeze out the things that you like and the things that you dislike, and she... I don't know how to explain this. I think my mom was surprised.
Yeah. It was hard thinking of some things to say.
But they were all true, right?
Well, I mean,
were being honest
Major
about?
Bites said. I was shut down for the entire ordeal, it seems.
Yeah, I saw. But Clara, you were being honest about all of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I I don't like lying. I do not like it, and I will always be honest.
That's respectable. Lux, are you good?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like Claire. I feel like you're the type of person to not see the bad in people. So let me guess. When it came to the dislikes, it was very difficult for you.
Very.
That's what I thought.
Well, that's good. Z says, clearly relieved. But as I said, we'd only ever there's only ever a form of obligation or anything that we'd have to do if you guys decide to come back here. I'm not taking that throne until we all come back and we all agree on it.
All right.
Major Bites said. I wouldn't be able to either, as it is against my programming to speak bad against my current master.
Damn it. Why'd you have to say that? Fuck,
What?
man.
That's the second time now, right?
Wait, huh?
I thought that was the second time he called him master after being told not to.
Well, it was more so an acknowledgement of position.
Uh,
Although I'm not above you, Bob. Everybody from the theater room walks out, just very happy. They all seem calm, completely ignorant of the crazy shit that just went down. Hey, Clara, you want to become a
Major
queen?
Bites said. Should I go and discuss with the meatbags in the room?
No. No, they're
no.
they're not supposed to know what happened. They
Maybe
left.
you should have been completely shut down.
Yeah.
In casual chatter, of course.
I mean, if you want to go talk to him, go for it. Wait, he was shut down?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So he missed everything.
Mm-hmm.
But Clara, what happened is everything that you experienced while you were up there and being forced to look forward wasn't real. None of it was real. The probably torment that she put you through, none of it actually happened.
So it was all. Oh.
Z puts his hands to your cheeks and says, I'm okay. Everybody is okay.
I thought you were getting hurt.
No,
Holy.
they were examining me. Yeah, Queen Remy, like I said, she's fucking scary. It's a lot to live up
Yeah.
to. Very casually, Z just says, so, Clara, how would you like to become a queen?
What?
Kidding for the most part. Lux,
Claire's gonna be full on blushing now when she heard that.
uh, Lux, Bob, do you guys have something to say?
Lux Lux is at that point. Before Z says that, Lux is just gonna be like standing behind Fritz, like not even trying to even get involved in that conversation of like personal things between those two.
Fritz looks at you, Lux, and says, "What's up? Can I help you?" By the way, I figured out what you said in sign language. We can talk about it later. You okay?
Okay.
Are you okay?
Uh-huh. I just don't want to get in between, you know, those two
Yeah,
lovebirds.
you tend to do that quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, not my conversation to get into explain how, but you know, I take a very hands-off approach to things. That's usually how I do it.
Listen, I'm not trying to be a third wheel.
Yeah, not what I mean. Um, we got 3 more days of party, man.
We do.
The rest of this is just gonna be fun. All right, I got. Bob's gonna say something else.
Major Bites said, I'd like to speak to the organic fleshy meat bag that appears to be named Mary.
As you walk over to Mary, as she's talking to this girl, as she like jumps and turns around towards you, this black and green energy is kind of like orbiting her hand. Lux, it looks like yours, but it's super, super potent. It's so dense. And it seems extremely erratic, too.
Hello person. What is your name?
Her lips kind of like close together, as she's just kind of looking around. She seems panicked to shit.
Lux is just.
Go ahead.
Oh, um. I think Lux is gonna notice that she's panicking and try to help her out and goes, and then just walks over to Bob and goes, Bob, look at her mannerism right now.
Do you think I'm one of my brothers and sisters?
Bob.
You hear like a rift as Kane says, whoa, what's going on? Mary immediately clings to Kane, and whispers in his ear, and Kane says, yo, are you good? I know everything's okay over here, you know. I don't mean to come off hostile. I'm just trying to make sure everything's, you know, okay. She doesn't speak. Not to strangers.
Everything's good.
Yeah, like I said, she doesn't talk to strangers. You know, somebody that can split the earth in half is terrified of new people. As he just gives her a very stern, straight face.
She's just gonna like walk, is just gonna like look at Bob and just goes.
She probably
Again, look
thinks
at.
I'm one of the sextillions of my genocidal brothers and sisters.
Kane's face kind of like is very questioning and says, you're a robot. Where are you from? If you have siblings.
Nexus 0.
Oh, thank fuck. Oh my gosh. That is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Whew. I thought you were a part of the orbital chain. Wow. But, Yeah, no, like I said, she just doesn't talk to strangers. I know that was probably freaky for the rest of you guys as Kane kind of leans over and looks at you guys, the rest of the group. But I promise, everything's gonna be fun from now on.
I hope
Look,
so.
yeah. Lux is just gonna look at Kane and goes, "I'm sorry for the robot. I'm pretty sure he just wanted to introduce himself to her."
There's no reason to
And
apologize
Bob,
for him, he's just talking.
yeah, but Bob, next time look at people's mannerisms.
Major Bites said. Anyways, person, what is your name?
Which one of us? The one that doesn't talk or the one that does?
Does.
My name is Kane. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I am Battle Unit 4590.
Bob. Do you like the name Bob, or would you rather have a different name? Other than Battle Unit 4590.
I'm fine with either.
Alright, Bob. Nice to meet you. We are gonna go in the theater room. You guys have fun doing whatever it is you're doing. Kane
Alright.
says as Mary and Kane hold each other's hands and walk off. With that, we're gonna go ahead and end the session. Nice, good, balanced session, you know? Nothing crazy happened. Yeah, I know, I was being sarcastic. I wasn't telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.